If your Samsung dryer makes a squealing noise while it's running, then it's highly likely that the idler pulley within your dryer has gone bad. In this video, I'll show you how to replace the idler pulley in your Samsung dryer without having to take the entire dryer apart. To begin, you're going to want to make sure that you have the electrical unplugged from your dryer, as well as the vent hose detached from the rear. You're then going to remove the screw at the top of this silver metal plate. This plate may be color matched depending on your dryer. Since mine is white though, it is going to be a silver plate. The screw you see me removing right now, you do not want to touch. You will leave that screw in place. Once you have that screw removed, you can go ahead and pull out on the metal tube. You'll just set that aside until we're done with the repair. Now we'll go ahead and take a look inside of the dryer. You can see it's pretty dusty in there. And then right up here in the corner, you'll see the idler pulley with the belt wrapped around it. I'm going to go ahead and cut here, vacuum out the inside of the dryer. Now it's time to remove the belt. I found it's easiest to start removing the belt at the motor pulley. You kind of slide it off there. Once you have that done, everything will pretty much come undone for you. Once you have the belt undone, you can go ahead and remove the single screw that holds in the belt pulley. With that screw undone, you can go ahead and remove it. And now you can pull straight back and remove the belt pulley. The spring will fall off by itself. Here I have the old and the new motor belt pulley next to each other. You can just see the difference between the two. Now go ahead and grab your new part and begin installing it in the dryer. It goes in the exact same location as the old one. I found that it's easiest to start the screw with your thumb and then use a screwdriver to finish it in there. You're going to want to pay attention and make sure that the pulley is hitting the belt brake switch right here. You can see mine is operating correctly. If this is installed incorrectly, your dryer will not run, so just make sure that it is pressing down on that switch. Now you can go ahead and grab the spring and begin reinstalling that on the new belt pulley. You can see mine flipped right off there. That's why you always make sure things work before you start putting it all the way back together. The spring is probably going to be the most difficult part to get on, just because it's so crammed in there. I'll pull up a picture here of the spring. Does have two different sides, so you can see what goes where. Once you've got your spring on there, you just want to make sure that it is going to operate correctly without flying off there. You can see mine is. Now it's time to reroute the belt. I found it's easiest to wrap the belt around the motor shaft first, and then push the pulley past the first belt loop, and then onto the second belt loop. It is going to be a little bit awkward getting it in there. I find you've got to use both hands and just push the pulley up and get it routed on there. And here's a picture of what it should look like, how the routing should go on the belt. Once you have it on there, just give it a few turns to make sure that it is going to seat in there correctly. And what I do is I come out and I step around and I turn the dryer on. I plug it back in just for a brief second, just make sure that it's going to operate correctly. Mine is. You're probably going to get a bunch of dust blowing out, so just keep that in mind. But you can see that it is operating correctly. Now really all you have left to do is to install this metal tubing and the metal plate at the back of your dryer. It is a little bit tricky to get in there just because the tube is so long. You'll see it seat in there correctly. And then one thing you want to pay attention to is you want to make sure that those two metal tabs at the bottom slot in to the dryer correctly. And you'll see me do that here in a second. With those two tabs in, just install the screw. With that screw installed, you're ready to plug the dryer back in and get the vent hose connected back up. And congratulations, you just fixed your dryer for about $10.